people? So we are here again. Welcome back to the Paradigm Shifts. I'm your host, Kaila New York. Today we are working on our gazillion questions for our card game to get to know other people and each other and stuff. So one of the questions was, do you believe in fate or free will? So while I'm making up the questions, I'm answering the questions to myself also, because I kind of want to know what I think about what my answers are to those questions. So for me, the fate and free will is one and the same, because to me, so don't come for me, to me, I feel like there is no free will. There's only free choice, right? You gotta follow me. Since there's only free choice, there is no free will, because you can't will anything. You either have the choice of this or that. There's not a, you can create the choices. You understand? And that's for a whole different video. You can create the choices, but to say that, yeah, I have free will to not participate. No, that's not free will. That's a choice. You're making a choice. They're telling you have free will, but you really don't, because at the end of the day, it's either this or this. You understand? It's either high or low. It depends on what it is. You understand? So in this game, that's what it is. So to me, since there's no free will, there's really no such thing as fate, because fate, you can't have fate without free will. Does that make sense? Because it goes hand in hand. They're both made up. Because, like I said, you don't have free will. You have free choice. You have a choice to choose whatever you want to choose. You have the choice to be a great parent or not to be a great parent. You have the choice to see that you're not being a great parent and you need to make some changes, or you have the choice to stay completely blind to who you are as a person and how you serve others. You have that choice. No one can take that choice from you. That's your choice. But there's still the will to do either or. That it doesn't exist. It doesn't change. You can't change this. You can change what goes on inside of it, but you can't change the whole structure in the machine, because it's an ingrained machine that we're going to take years to deconstruct. Do you understand? So to me, once you make a choice, then that activates fate. Because kind of like, I'll take it in terms of alternate realities. Like those who saw Men in Black, the one where the guy was like, oh, the butterfly flew, so it's this timeline. He knew each timeline. He remembered each timeline. So he's been on each timeline. Or like Loki. You understand? So you do this. You make this choice to go this way. There's a fate that's over there. Got it? You make a choice to go this way. There's a fate that's going to wait for you right there. So you get to choose your fate. Fate is not just something that just floats up in the fucking air. No, you got to choose it. But there is no free will, because you do have to make a choice. I had a choice to make this video or not make this video. So now we're on the timeline that I did make the video. Because trust me, there's a lot of timelines that I did not make the video. You understand? So we're on the timeline that I asked my team, should I make the video? And they're like, yes, make the video. So I'm like, boom, boom, here we are. Ow! Here we are, bumping our elbow in the middle of the night. But here we are, bumping our elbow. You understand? So whatever fate is on this line of me actually doing this, that's the fate that I'm going to run into. That's fate. Not just some airy-fairy shit in the atmosphere. And there's no such thing as free will. You only have free choice. You can't change your will. You can't change what the whole structure of what it's supposed to be. You can't do that within this game. You have to work within the parameters of the game. And free choice is definitely a parameter of the game. You absolutely have free choice. So people were like, oh my God, it just happened. Nope, you chose it. You chose it, and now you're going to deal with that fate. You chose to do this, so now you're going to deal with that fate. Even good things. You chose to be a good person. You chose to persevere. You chose to stick with the shit. You chose to hone your craft. You chose to do whatever. That fate you have to run into that fate. You have to. You have to run into that fate. It's a law. You have to. It's the law of even exchange. If you do this and you do that and you do what you're supposed to do, and it's the right time, the right way, at the right time, the right way, and in the right environment, you can't, that's the fate that you're going to run into. All right. I know this helped. Stay up, stay blessed. Deuces, and we out.